CCN intends to discuss tomorrow, the 13th of November at 10 o'clock, when we meet with the heads of the different political parties. We want to strongly emphasize that even though we belong to different political parties, we have different ideologies, different viewpoints, that at the end of the day we are all Namibians, that even after the conclusion of the national elections, we still want peace, stability and tranquility to prevail within Namibia. That if after the outcomes, we don't want any civil unrest or turmoil to take place, but peace, stability and tranquility needs to be maintained, because we are Namibians. Even if we have different ideologies, at the end of the day we are not enemies, but all of us, we are Namibians, and we are here to build the Namibian house together.
Right. Of course, there is also the National Day of Prayer, which will emphasize the message of peace, integrity, and also a prosperous future. So far, what can the CCN observe on the general messages or approach and conduct of political parties during their campaigns on these principles? I mean, are they being reflected at all?
So far, from what we have observed, the campaigning so far from the different political parties has been peaceful. We have not observed any violence as they are busy campaigning. So it's been peaceful, and there's still stability, and so that has been maintained. So from the side of the Council of Churches, we are happy that even as the political parties are campaigning, no violence has broken out between the members of the different political parties, except the one incident that took place in Marindal, but it was a once-off occasions that we observed. But furthermore, we are so far happy as the Council of Churches.
Right. Now, in previous elections over the years, what has CCN established on the peaceful conduct of elections relating to political parties maintaining peaceful elections?
Now, if I go back to the historical context of the Council of Churches, we recall in the year 99, when the elections took place, CCN was part of a huge election observing mission, where we observe elections with non-COF. So that's one of the ways that CCN was involved to ensure that after the conclusion of the election, there's still peace, stability and tranquility being maintained. But this time around, as we are meeting with the political parties and also praying together for the National Day of Prayer for the national elections, in the prayer service we will also emphasize that even though we belong to different political parties and different ideologies, that we can come together as the Namibian nation, as different political parties, and we can join together in a worship service where we pray unto the Lord to bless our country. That even though we are also praying for the elections, we are also cognizant of the drought that we are facing. So as part of the prayer service, there is also a part that we will pray for rain, so that the Lord can bless our country with rain, because we need the rain. As agriculture is one of the main sectors within our country that contributes to our GDP.
Mm-hmm. So the CCN has also stepped out to encourage voters, and you are not only engaging, of course, with political parties. Of course, you want the voters that are going to register for the general elections to go out and to vote. What impact is the CCN's voice in the election making?
So CCN plays a huge and vital role. Because remember, CCN is all over the country. And our members are the biggest churches here within Namibia, the Elsons, the ELs here, and the Roman Catholic, the Anglican, you name it all, the Methodist, and Pentecostal, Protestant Church, the AFM. So different member churches are there within CCN, and we have together more than 1,200 parishes together. So we have a wide range, whether it's urban or in rural areas. And I recall when we were busy with the voter registration, there was a part that ECN, even we did a collaboration with ECN, as we're encouraging the youth and our members within our parishes to go out to register to vote. And I recall that some of the parishes here in Windhoek that ECN visited, and we gave them a platform within our worship services just to encourage our fellow Namibian citizens to go out to register to vote. And also this time around, as we are approaching the national elections, we will also once more encourage our members in our different parishes, congregations or preaching places that they should go out and vote, more especially the youth. That even though a public holiday has been proclaimed by our president, that it's not a time for them to have a joyous and do other things, but it's time for them to exercise their democratic right by going out to vote.
Well, Reverend, the general standing has been that the church and politics should not mix. Now, as it could be, equated to serving two masters, but this approach has changed over the years. What is the CCN's stance on this exactly?
So the stance of CCN, we are not really mixing politics with church, but we are also cognizant that some of our members within the churches, there are a lot of youth that are within our churches who are facing the high unemployment rate and so forth, and many other challenges that might be there. So some of those members, they are within our parishes, so we as the pastors and the clergy, we cannot ignore what they are going through. So as the part of the Council of Churches, and we also believe that we don't need to be hostile towards our political parties, but the only way that change can take place and dialogue can take place is if the church engages also with our political leaders and talk with them. And as I alluded even yesterday, that Namibia is one of the countries that is so peaceful that church leaders can directly speak with our political leaders openly and without being afraid of any repercussions being taken against them. And as I want to do a classic example, earlier in the year, the Council of Churches met with the head of state on the 5th of July 2024, and as we're discussing, we informed the president that the government should look into rolling out a basic income grant, and that our president told us that the government will look into it. And so far, in the past month or couple of weeks, we have seen that what we spoke with our president in July is slowly but surely being implemented in different towns. So that is why we cannot sit on the backside, but at least not being fully involved in politics, but engaging with our leaders. And for those who are empathetic to listen, so we are thankful in that regard.
Mm-hmm. Well, just as a point of clarity, of course, tomorrow is the day that you are going to meet political parties, heads of political parties. When exactly is the day of prayer? Is it also tomorrow? And who all is invited to, and where will it be taking place?
Yes. So tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, we will be meeting with the heads of the different political parties. We have sent out invitation to 23 political parties, but so far we have 12 that have responded and confirmed that they will be there. So it's a head of political party with one additional representative. So that meeting will take place at CCN offices in Karatura. Then also tomorrow at 6 o'clock, we'll have the National Day of Prayer at the Pentecostal Protestant Church in Auckland Park, which is one of the corporate members of the Council of Churches, where we will come together and pray. And this invitation is open to all Namibians, all of us, whether we are residing in Windhoek or we are planning to travel outside of Windhoek to attend. The invitation is open to all of us. Mm-hmm. So we can join us and pray together